Welcome back to the coolest, hottest place in this desert, Holy Home Kitchens. I'm going to do a pudding recipe using one recipe 4 different times using my 4 different shroomed flavors. So pictures are included, so I wanted to talk as much. And let's get started before this hot water gets cold. So everything's right here. You'll know what to do. My mom used to say, just watch. I'm not going to tell you what to do, just watch me. So just watch. I'm back. You know how you digital creators can relate to this? You make video, you play it back, and you go, you should have said this, or you should have said that. And I try not to like write scripts out and sound scripted, but there are things that I forget. And then there's things that I pick up on, and there's things that this muse just amuses herself sometimes. But I meant to say, backing up a little bit, when you're using gelatin, whether it's this, grass-fed, or the unflavored store brand, it's 2 tablespoons per 4 cups of liquid. I gotta get that right. And I am making half the amount that I did in my last pudding recipe. I'm not gonna call it Jello because I'm adding Good Culture, and together with Good Culture and gelatin makes a complete protein. I've been eating these at night, and it's not just dessert, it's something to sleep heavy on. So I make sure my supplies are ready. Today I decided to make all 4 flavors, so I'm not doubling this recipe, I'm cutting it in half, but most of you would probably want to do this size anyway. So I will write these actual recipe and directions in the description. So if you have the attention of a flea and you can't sit through all these videos, just look at the description and it'll tell you what to do. And like my mom said, just watch. So now I'm on to the next one, which is one of my favorites. I do a lot of different recipes with this shroomed. You may have seen me do my mocktail with apple cider vinegar. And like I said before, if you don't have these, you don't have access to shroomed, which is now in Kingman in Arizona, yours truly, you can use any kind of super powder. Actually, I think I'm gonna make mine with instant organic coffee. I haven't done that one yet. I might have to use that in the morning though. So, really fast, here we go. And the order is important too. Put the hot water in first, then put in your, and I used 1 cup of hot water, then put in your 2 tablespoons of your gelatin, whichever one you decide to use, unflavored of course. And I should have mixed it first. When it gets cold and you put too much cold in at once, it sticks to the sides. Cleanup took me a while. Start slow so it doesn't splash all over. It doesn't take long, less than 10 seconds to make the gelatin, to incorporate it. Then you can put in your powders. So I am going to use the same amount of my super powder, superfood, as I did of the gelatin. So you can always add more if that's not enough for your liking, but I'm gonna do that. And the stevia, my favorite is Trader Joe's organic stevia. You can put any sweetener you like. I found that for my taste, since this is gonna make 3 of these, like about 9-ounce servings, and you can cut that in half, I found that adding 1 dropper full per cup of fluid for this recipe. So that was 4 dropperfuls. But some people think that's too sweet, so you adjust. Put that in before you add the cottage cheese. If you want to use just plain beet powder, that's what it'll look like. Mine has the mega shrooms in it. And then you can add your cottage cheese. I'm going to try not to say y'all. I was born in El Paso, Texas, but they took me back to Buffalo. I was actually conceived in Buffalo, New York, when I was only 6 months. So I didn't have a chance to start talking like Southerners. But when my daughter came back from Texas, or when I went to visit her, everybody was saying y'all and ma'am and things that I wasn't used to. So lately, I guess I've been saying y'all. Maybe because I'm in the desert, like I feel more like a redneck. I am a little of a redneck. Y'all. But back east, it was always you guys. So you guys can do whatever you want, however you want it. But Good Culture Cottage Cheese is the best tasting I was going to talk over this. This is what it'll look like after the cottage cheese is added. And then you'll want to add your ice cubes. 1 cup, I actually put ice cubes and then fill it up to the 1 cup line with cold water. That way things don't stick. And it'll set in about an hour. I think I had my pudding ready in about an hour. So here we go again. Okay, all you busy moms who are trying to stay healthy and fit, you can thank me in the comments below, because I was there too, and just because I'm retired doesn't mean I want to spend all my hours in the kitchen. I do have a life outside of the kitchen, so you can follow me on other videos for that. But just to give you a picture of what I'm over here. I'm still playing with this 360-degree AI. Here's the smooth beet. I'm going to add this to these cups. Now you can put it in any glass container you want, or in any size serving you want to do. This is what my golden bliss to look like, and I'm down to the last jar from when I made it last time, and so sometimes I have 2 of these a day if I haven't eaten dinner, but it's a complete protein, so I might not feel like cooking, and this is already done. So you guys, try it. Tell me if you try it with anything. I'm going to do coffee, and I'm going to keep this video going, but I'm going to cut it for now. Where is my little clicker? My clicker! Well, use my finger. So, since you guys can mean men and women, but not to sound like a genderist, but it's a woman's prerogative to change her mind. You guys can change your mind too. I decided not to do my green tea, what's it called? Yeah, Mighty Matcha. I like to drink that one, and I'm not going to put it in a pudding today, but I did decide to do my coffee like I mentioned in the last part of the video. And I'm going to do this, try to do this in record time, because this is like the 3rd one I'm doing in this video. See if you remember. Hot water. See if I remember. 2 tablespoons. Eat my coffee in the morning tomorrow morning or later today. So, hey, maybe it'll still help me sleep. It's, oh, the cottage cheese. I chose Good Culture because it doesn't have additives and all that cellulose and gum and all that. Read your labels. You know what? You got Google. If you don't have ChatGPT to help you, number 4 of these. Read your labels and go clean. Good Culture Cottage Cheese is actually what a lot of the keto and carnivore gurus are using. So I just put the stevia in, but you could do that with the liquid parts too. I am missing, so one of these containers is actually 4 servings, but if I'm making 3 9-cup servings, I'm eating more than a serving per cup that I make, but again, it's you guys, you can have your own choice on that. Now I am going to stir that, I'm going to mix that before I put in the iced water, because I found that it's just better. This is going to be the last thing. The first thing is your hot water, 1 cup, and the last thing is 1 cup of iced water. So that way, cleanup is a lot easier. And notice while the blender is doing its thing, I'm doing mine, which is cleaning all the time. And that's what it's going to look like. And I think it's going to be the last one I'm making in front of y'all. Sorry, I'm not trying to be rude, but tastes like coffee. I'll come back later with the finished products. All 4 flavors that I made. Did I make 4 today? Well, 4 or 5, whatever. See y'all later.